viewers. Here with me, Arafina Muslimah and
Reni Budiarti
on Primetime News on March 18, 2013. After the 1979 revolutions, a nuclear weapons research program was disbanded by Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, who considered such as weapons forbidden under Muslim ethics and jurisprudence. Small-scale research into nuclear weapons may have restarted during the Iran-Iraq War and underwent significant expansion after the Ayatollah death in 1989.
Iran's first nuclear power plant, Basra's One reactor, was complete with major assistance of Russia's government agency Rosatom and officially opened on 12 September 2011. Iran has announced that it is working on a new 360 MW nuclear power plant to be located in their covenant.
We do not have nuclear weapons, and we shall not build nuclear weapons.
The Russian engineering contractor Atomejoprom said the Basra's nuclear power plant would reach full capacity by the end of 2012. Iran has also indicated that it will seek more medium-sized nuclear power plants and uranium mines in the future.
Iran says its nuclear program is peaceful and has enriched uranium to less than 5%, consistent with fuel for a civilian nuclear power plant. Iran also claimed that it was forced to resort to secrecy after U.S. pressure caused several of its nuclear contracts with foreign governments to fall through.
After the IAEA Board of Governors reported Iran's non-compliance with its safeguard agreements to the UN Security Council, the Council demanded that Iran suspend its nuclear enrichment activity, while Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has argued that the sanctions are illegal, imposed by arrogant power, and that Iran has decided to pursue the monitoring of its self-described peaceful nuclear program through its appropriate legal path, the International Atomic Energy Agency.
My policy here is not going to be one of containment. My policy is prevention of Iran obtaining nuclear weapons.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with our two correspondents. Here with us, Mr. Yogaswara from United States and Mr. Shah Rizal from Iran. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So we're going to see the two different perspectives upon Iran nuclear project. The United States and European Union have imposed new sanctions targeting Iranian oil sales as part of way to increase international pressure of terror. What international sanctions are already in place on Iran?
The United Nations ratified 4 rounds of sanctions against Iran between 2006 and 2010. Their sanctions include a ban on the supplies of heavy weaponry, a block on Iranian arms exports, and an asset freeze on key individuals and companies. This never happened before in history, actually, where United States and Western civilizations are focusing on the same cases.
If United States and European Union impose sanctions, do the sanctions work effectively?
Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khomeini, and President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad both insist that the sanctions will fail. But however, even before the start of the European Union's oil embargo, Iranian crude export had dropped to 1.5 barrels a day from 2.5 barrels.
So, do you believe that Iran has no space to overcome the crisis?
The United States sanctions prohibit almost all trade with Iran, making some exceptions only for activity for society, including the export of the medical and agricultural equipment, humanitarian assistance, and trade in the informational materials such as film. I believe it will work more effective than you can thought.
The IAEA say that Iran is unwilling to allow them to go to the Parchin military site. They believe that early in the decade, a content area was built for the testing of the explosive device. So what do you want to hear them saying?
Yeah, that's true. Iran didn't reject that. Iran want to ask elucidation in what basis in kinds of tests they want to look. If the Western community asking us for more transparency, then we should expect for more cooperation each other.
So you can say it's the right to enrich and the right to continue its civil program?
Yes, of course. Iran has the right to use fully all of its possibility of their prosperity and their sovereignty problem, such as developing our nuclear project for our people.
Iran's supreme leader mentioned his fatwa against nuclear weapon. He called it as a public great sin. What message is he sending? Is he sending a message to President Obama that Iran will not cross Obama's red line?
The message is clear with Iran as a taste. Iran descends after nuclear weapon. Nuclear weapon is not a main asset for us. It's more just like liability. You can see Pakistan's nuclear weapon. You see the shamble country in terms of security. We are secure enough, strong enough without nuclear weapon, and it is against the fatwa of Ayatollah Khomeini. Nobody has dealing to do that.
So even if you are almost attacked, you wouldn't decide to go towards nuclear military program.
We are fully prepared to defend ourselves, and everybody knows in a region, Iran is not an aggressor but a fair defender. And I think the real bomb is not the atomic bomb of Iran. The real bomb is the great failures of Israel to prove its legitimacy and to define the meaning for the relation in the risk.
We have seen two perspective ideas, and we do hope the problems will be clear as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.
However, Iran has consistently refused to give up its enrichment program, arguing that the program is necessary for its energy security.
Good afternoon.